number of the heats out here have. 0.09 of a point in the end, which is very, very close. Martin Potter started very strongly and led for the early part of the round, but he was unlucky to wipe out a couple of times, and a 12-point ride ended his causes.
And of course, Tom Carrol would be almost surfing as a man possessed at the moment after what happened to him in Hawaii.
Exactly right. He's a ferocious man at the moment. He was really pumped up as he hit the water, and he came with a real surge towards the end there, and I think his superior fitness told out. And here's Barton Lynch once again in the blue, and he defeated Dave Macauley, and this is the fellow here in the white that we saw earlier on Sports World with his board shaping business, and of course has now been bought out by the Japanese, and hopefully for Dave Macauley he'll make a lot of money. But Barton Lynch, I believe, won fairly easily, Cameron. Yeah, well, Barton's a very fluid surfer, and he's not about to relinquish that crown. Of course, the other fellow, Macauley, has a great future, but at this stage I think he just lacks a bit of experience as a 19-year-old. And right now we've got Hardman, the world champion of 2 years ago. Now, he was up against Nicky Wood here in the blue. I didn't get the result of that one through, Cameron. What happened there? Well, Damien won that one, but that was very close again. Nicky Wood was actually very unlucky. He was on he waited very carefully and picked out his waves, but he just mistimed it towards the end of the heat and missed out on a very high-scoring wave that came through. But Nicky looks a bit tired. I think these fitness...
A big crowd turned out at Cronulla for the inaugural Masters, and they were treated to some of the most intense surfing seen in Australia in recent years. Barton Lynch was the most impressive in the semi-finals, maintaining his usual fluid form to easily beat Tom Carrol, who surfed brilliantly but erratically. While most eyes on the beach turned to fashion, Lynch set his designs on defending the world crown with an awesome display of power and grace. Hardman fought ferociously all the way. The lead seesawed repeatedly, and Lynch thought the last wave of the day had given Hardman the title.
Damien got a gift right at the end there. He got real lucky with that last one. And I think that'll decide.
Came out and the swell rose up to 1.5 metres for today's finals. In the first semi, world champion Barton Lynch from Manly took on Newport's Tommy Carrol. 26-year-old Carrol was his usual aggressive self, trying to get everything out of the waves. But surprisingly, he fell off 4 times. Lynch was more consistent and in the end ran out a 4-point winner, 99 to 95. In the next semi, former world champ Damien Hardman from Narrabeen was up against Luke Egan from Merriweather. 19-year-old Egan is ranked only 17th in the world, but today he pushed 23-year-old Hardman all the way. In fact, it was only on the final wave that Hardman broke clear, winning by just 1.4 points. So it was Hardman and Lynch in the final, the former world crown holder against the current one, and it went right down to the last ride. As the swell started to drop, each rider tried to eke out just that little bit more.